This taken in about 4 yards deep. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. They'll run it for the first time with Alvin Kamara. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
Alvin Kamara, the ball.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
And down he goes. Brought down a Raiders sack. Corey Littleton came in there hard on the blitz and got him down 9 yards behind the line of scrimmage. 3rd and long now after the sack of Breeze, and the Saints up against it here. Here's Breeze to throw. And they're able to get this one across the 35. A big play there as they get the conversion on 3rd and 13. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Off the play fake to Kamara, it's Breeze. And the pressure gets to Breeze as he's taken down. Corey Littleton able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. They'll run out of the gun with Kamara. Not much there, maybe a couple up to the 35.
Short down at the 35-yard line. It's a gain of 2 yards. And it's
on 3rd and long, it's Breeze. And he will be hit from behind and run over. Wow. And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Man, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game. I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. Looking here for Smith down, and got his man complete. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. 4th down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the Sticks make a drastic shift forward. Breeze here finding Kamara and brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
New Orleans.
Throwing on 1st down is Breeze. Being chased out left. Complete. Smith has it. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. 5 yards from the end zone, 1st and goal. Now Breeze again. Eluding the pressure right. Looking for Thomas. He's got him. Touchdown, New Orleans.
To Michael Thomas.
A 5-yard touchdown catch. And the Saints take it right down the field and score on the opening drive. Quite the drive there to get things started. They took up the bulk of the first quarter, and they end up in the end zone.
And I love your last point. Ended up in the end zone. Because a lot of teams like those long drives, especially to keep their offense off the field, right? Keep the ball away from them. But they finished it with a touchdown. That's the exclamation point. Now, flip it over defensively. They've got to slow that down somehow, right? Maybe they need to be a little more aggressive. Maybe a few more pressures towards the quarterback.
Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. First rep of the game for Josh Jacobs. They'll line up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31.
All right, Brad, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
On 2nd down, Jacobs. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. 6-0 our score after 1. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Carr gives to Rashad. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. That one good for 13 and a Raider first down.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people.
And he's taken down here by the Saints. These strong safeties, some people may not realize it. It's really like an extra linebacker, right?
It really is, because they're hybrids. Half linebacker, half defensive back. The linebacker in him on that play emerged.
Throwing on second and long. Carr. And he whips that one incomplete there. Henry Ruggs, the intended receiver. And it's third down.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
He takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's fourth down.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on third down.
A big kick that time, 52 yards. And the Saints will take over with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory.
Let's go old school there. That's absolutely a great coffin corner punt. Someone's put some time in working on that, hasn't it?
Seems like every year these guys get better and better. It's amazing how they can command that football through the air.
Yeah, they used to actually practice the hula hoops where they place them and try and put them there. Now a lot of guys use barrels on the sidelines to try and put the football in one.
All right, CD, I want to fit in your preseason predictions here. This now our 5th year together in the booth. Hard to believe time flies, but it's an annual tradition that you tell us how you think things are going to shape up in each conference. Let's start with your thoughts on the AFC.
All right, let's start in the East. I like the Bills. In the South, I like Indianapolis despite their loss on opening day. In the North, I like Baltimore. And out West, of course, I like Kansas City. For wild cards, I like the Chargers coming out of the West. I think that in the East, New England is going to get the nod. And then out of the North, I'm taking Pittsburgh. Remember, we got that extra team in the playoffs this year. And then when the playoffs break down, I do think it's going to come down to Baltimore and Kansas City in the AFC. And Baltimore, by a nose, goes to the Super Bowl.
And just to be different from you, I like your conference championship matchup. I'll take Mahomes and the Chiefs heading back to the Super Bowl yet again. And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it. They do go for it. It's Breeze. And they're going to sack him again. The 5th time they've gotten him today, and this one results in a safety. And you know, the man who sat in my chair the last few years, he has a theory. These plays, these safeties, they're so rare. Maybe they should be worth more than 2, maybe 4 points.
I think he's got a great point. I really do, Brandon. But I would go ahead and up it to 6. I'm a former defender. To me, that's like scoring a touchdown.
Easy now. I'll go 4. I don't know about 6.
Come on. Come up to 6.
A lot of points. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Carr, incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. From the gun, it's Carr. It's caught inside the 25. And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. Henry Ruggs, 57 yards. yards, and the Raiders have taken the lead.
Daniel Carlson on.
And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions, and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
And this carries into the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Cost him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. A reminder, coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will join us from Orlando with our halftime report. But business to take care of before we get there.
A 2-minute drill before the coach's 2-minute drill.
And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
First down.
On first down, Breeze. He's going to float this one deep right side. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
Incomplete.
Second and 10.
Damon Arnett on the coverage.
From the gun, it's Breeze. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield. They had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Again, it's Breeze. Airing it out deep for Smith. And unable to connect, incomplete. I'll give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
So here we go on 4th down with Breeze. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Corey Littleton. And they will set up shop at their own 41-yard line.
All right, this gives us a chance, Charles, to go back to your playoff predictions. We covered the AFC. What do you see happening in the NFC?
All right, let's go with the division winners. Dallas in the East, Green Bay in the North. Let's see, New Orleans in the South, and out West, San Francisco. Wild cards, I think 2 are come from out West. Arizona and Seattle. And the 3rd wild card, I think it's going to come from the South, and Tampa Bay gets in. Now, I don't believe Tampa Bay's going to the Super Bowl. I think New Orleans and Seattle will slug it out for the Super Bowl champs, and I'm going with New Orleans to find their way in.
Okay, so you got the veteran Breeze against Lamar Jackson in the Super Bowl, and who ultimately do you have winning that one, CD?
Oh, yeah, the old head and the kid, right? I'm going with the kid in this one, in a Super Bowl classic. Baltimore wins the championship.
All right, just so I go on record, I mentioned I'll take the Chiefs, and I'm going to take them over the Packers. So I think we'll have another young and old QB mix. Packers, a little bit of a surprise getting in there, and I'll take Mahomes with a repeat title.
They're trying to get it to Ruggs, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Malcolm Jenkins. There he goes, right side. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Charles, I'm looking at you, and understandably, your mouth is wide open in disbelief. What were they thinking?
That's going to be one of the great mysteries, but I do know this. When they went out on offense, I will guarantee they told them, don't just make anticipatory throws. Make sure you see it before you throw it. Didn't happen here.
Trying to protect that lead, and now they gave it up.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away.
And this will not be fielded. It's a touchback and comes out to the 25-yard line. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. Inside of a minute left in the half, does the fact that you're down on the scoreboard influence what you do, or I guess don't do on this final drive?
It certainly does, but what influences me even more is who I've got running my football team out on the field and the weapons around him. Can he make a play? Can he get into someone that we're going to trust to take care of the ball? If that's the case, I might push it a little bit here and try and get something before the half runs out.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete. He was trying to get it that time to Brian Edwards. Third down here.
As this old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
He'll let this go deep for Ruggs.
It's caught inside the 25. And he finally goes down, but not before reaching the 21.
First and 10.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
Throwing on first down is Carr. This is caught. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's first, and he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Josh Jacobs in the final seconds of the first half. And once again, the Raiders are back out in front.
On for the point after.
CD for them. This has just been an offensive explosion here in the second quarter.
Yeah, held scoreless in the first quarter. Now they find the end zone again here in the second. Sometimes you just have to have some patience. A lot of people think it's always an adjustment. You have to change what you're doing. Sometimes you just have to do your game plan just a little bit better. And I think that's part of what we're seeing here.
Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
The Saints take over first and 10.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people look at it and go, well, maybe you take a shot here. Maybe you get some momentum going into the half. What's the flip side of that? You do something crazy, quarterback gets hit, ball comes free, and now you're down an even bigger margin. Go ahead and take this one, go to the locker room, start over.
Looking here for Smith downfield. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Thank you, sir. A field goal separates these two teams as we come back for this second half. The Raiders with the lead already, and they will get the football here as the second half is now underway. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards.
Take over first and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
See if they do just that. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. This one complete to his fullback out of the backfield. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. Good work after the catch. Going to net him 23 and a first. 1st and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look. To throw his Carr. And he hits Jason Witten, the tight end. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays. So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
And he's got the hook up to Ruggs.
Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1.
Here's 2nd and a yard.
6-yard line.
Carr to throw again.
He'll let this go deep for Ruggs.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Malcolm Jenkins. And the return will stop them well inside their own 20 at the 15-yard line. So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the third quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in. Coming out to start this third quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds.
22-yard line.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Now Breeze. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. 7 yards there and a first down. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Out of the backfield, that's complete to Kamara. Now the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense. I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
So in their own territory, but they only need a few inches, so they're going to opt to go for this thing. We'll see. Maybe a surprise pass or run. What will they do? We're about to find out. 4th down. Here we go with Kamara. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. They only needed a few inches, but still some anxious moments there, but they do convert on 4th. 2 first downs have them up to the 41 now for 1st and 10. He was brought down by Malik Collins.
He was brought down by Malik Collins. 1 yard.
3 quarters in the books. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Working from the gun, it's Breeze. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. Traquan Smith, the intended receiver. And now it's 3rd down.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
Now on 3rd down, that pass knocked down in the backfield and incomplete.
Coverage was awfully tight there on 3rd down. They actually closed off all the passing lanes, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
1 score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. He's going to float this one deep right side. And that is incomplete. The Saints' decision to go for it backfires. And the Raiders with the football now in excellent field position.
It's a turnover on downs.
On 1st down, Richard. He's got the first down here inside the 30. And finally taken down at the 4-yard line. A big pickup of 38.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there, and on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing in a situation where they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously, but at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal. And that is caught. It's Ruggs. Touchdown, Vegas. Third touchdown pass now for Derek Carr. And the Raiders add on to their lead. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Popular down near the goal line. Quick slant. Nice job there to get in, knock it away.
It was. One of the other things you're concerned about when you throw that route is to make sure your offensive linemen use their leverage to get the hands of the defensive front down so you can throw it through that little bit of crowd and get it to the receiver. In this event, they did, but a nice play by the defender knocking it away.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And this offense last time turned it over, went for it on fourth, didn't get it. They're lucky, though, because no points against the team on the board, but we'll see how they respond.
Yeah, they've got to give a lot of credit to their defensive teammates, don't they? They had their backs in that last series, and because they did so, that allows the coach to still stay aggressive on offense and maybe go for it again in a similar situation.
I was going to say, maybe makes that offense feel good, but when you know you've got a defense making stands like that.
Yeah, that'll loosen up things a little bit, Ron, and maybe you'll play a little bit better the next time you have the ball.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Shotgun now for Breeze. This time for Smith, and it's intercepted. Picked by Nick Kwiatkowski.
This is Dev D Music.